This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Cabo Jim Schaller.
Welcome, good neighbors, to episode number 215 of the Good Neighbor Podcast. Today we have good neighbor Caleb Warner from Elevate Social Lounge. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
It is doing awesome. It's a pleasure to meet you and excited to learn that you guys are new in town. So excited to learn a little bit more about you. So let's start off by sharing a little bit about what you do over at Elevate Social Lounge.
Yeah, so this is location number 2, but we are kind of a higher end kava bar here in University Village, just bordering FGCU. We have a variety of options. We serve kava, kratom, coffee. I think what sets us apart from a lot of the bars in general is we serve kind of what you could call a kava kratom cocktails that don't have alcohol, obviously. We use kava and kratom extracts that have a neutral flavor base. So when you're building an alcoholic beverage with vodka, rum, gin, tequila, that you would make a margarita or cosmopolitan or an espresso martini, we can make all of those beverages with the same flavor profile, non-alcoholic. And the interesting part about the botanicals, which is the kava and kratom extract, is they do give you some sort of effect, but they're not intoxicating and they don't inhibit your ability to drive a vehicle. So if you were to walk in here, it has the aesthetic of a high-end bar with quartz countertops and nice plush furniture, leather sofas, with a non-alcoholic vibe.
Yeah, I love that. So how did you get involved in this industry?
Yeah, so my background is luxury country clubs. Graduated from FGCU with a degree in hospitality, and a friend of a friend reached out, said, "Hey, we'd love to have you come kind of spearhead this startup company in the kava kratom industry." And I said, "What?" I have no idea what any of that is. Just like the majority of people that give me the same look and face. 6 months go by after them knocking on the door once a month saying, "Hey, come sit down, come sit down." And I finally gave in and went and sat down. And my CEO, Dallas Vasquez, is a great salesman, great at pitching things, and he sold me on it. So I decided to leave the country club lifestyle behind and jumped on this startup train. And it's been about little over 2 years so far, and it's been great. First bar opened up in Maitland, Florida, just bordering Winter Park. That's been open for a year and a half now. Very successful. We just opened the doors here in Estero Friday, December 7th, and business is already picking up. Got a bunch of FGCU college students in here studying for finals, and some real estate professionals and other business people in here working remotely. So far, so good.
Congrats on the grand opening. So along with expanding or starting any new business, there's challenges along the way. Is there something that you can look back at now and say, okay, it might have been a little rough at that time, but now we're past that and we're in a better place now because of it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just going through the whole build out process when you're starting something for the first time, there's always things you run into where, you're creating something from the ground up. So once you do it a couple times, you figure out what you did wrong or didn't do so well the first time, and you can improve on that, the second or third go around. So we've definitely noticed some things on the first build out where we're like, oh yeah, back of the bar is too big, not as much space for guests, or the lighting is a really important thing. You want to make sure that you have the right ambiance for what you're trying to achieve for a vibe. So yeah, definitely there's quite a few things that we picked up after the first build out that we are like, okay, we won't make that mistake again. We have a third lease signed, kind of random location, Aurora, Illinois, for a third Elevate.
Really? Wow.
So, getting this place open, to your point, we were, okay, what do we miss here in Estero that we can improve on in Aurora? So definitely a learning curve with each opening.
Always, yeah, growing each time. I love that. So, surrounding what you do is, I say the bar, social lounge kind of industry and the kratom. Are there any myths or misconceptions that we can kind of clear up for our listeners?
Yeah, I think kratom has a lot of bad PR because there's smoke shops and kind of convenience stores that sell kratom in a bag, and it comes in a couple forms. It comes in a powder, comes in a leaf, comes in an extract, and there's a big lack of education piece in the kratom world. So with those things that you can get at smoke shops and head shops, there's no education piece. So people will go blindly consume, kratom in heavy doses unknowingly, and get sick. And then you have a negative connotation with something because it was, not educated, consumed incorrectly. And just like anything else, there's poor quality ingredients out there. So I think for us, kind of what we've really focused on is the education and quality piece of educating our consumers or our new customers of what's in front of them, where it came from, what kind of effect they're going to get. And I think that's the biggest piece for that side of it is, making sure that people know exactly what they're getting into, and that they're happy, comfortable. Yeah.
It's making it a good experience for everybody. I mean, we've all had that Jose Cuervo, bad tequila and have the hangover the next day. And, you pay for quality and you get a little bit better. You don't feel as bad the next day. So
absolutely,
it is about education. So notice anything trending or changing? You guys are changing the industry, but evolving what you guys are doing?
Yeah. I noticed that the kava bar industry in Florida is like the Silicon Valley of kava bars. There's a new bar that opens up every, 4 to 5 months. So it's definitely a growing industry. I mean, if you're in the industry, the margins are fantastic. It's I don't know if you've noticed this, but alcohol sales are declining. People are looking for more alcohol alternatives. So it's definitely kind of a turning point in this day and age of, okay, people are being more aware about what they're consuming. So yeah, definitely noticing a change in people coming in and saying like, wow, this looks like an alcoholic bar. What do you got back there? And we're like, yeah, there's no booze. Sorry, tacos and tequilas 3 doors down.
Right.
But yeah, definitely noticing a change in the industry of just people being more aware, coming in a little bit more curious.
Well, it is a little bit different. I was in the beer and alcohol industry for quite a long time, and that's changed a lot. So I'm glad I'm out of it. But there are locations out there that do, I'm going to say, wine-based spirits. It's not really a spirit, but it's wine-based. So they kind of get around the loophole that it's not liquor. So this is something that's a little bit different that, again, we need to educate people and inform them. And, it's a lot of the younger people are gravitating towards it. Like you said, a lot of people don't want to drink alcohol anymore.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll still have my wine or a margarita here and there, but for the most part, coming from the country club industry, it was easy to consume alcohol at that convenience. So kind of looking back, I never realized how normal it was for me to drink a bottle of wine a day or add in a couple of margaritas. And I'm like, man, I look back at pictures and 30 pounds heavier,
right,
2 years ago, and it's like, wow, okay, I wonder if it was my eating habits or if it was my drinking habits.
I'm with you.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny looking back. Hindsight's 2020.
So you mentioned you went to FGCU. Are you from Southwest Florida originally?
Yeah, born and raised in Southeast Naples. Grew up in Bonita Springs, right across from Coconut Point. Before it was Coconut Point, it was a cow pasture.
Yeah.
Went to Estero High School, graduated from there. Got an associate's degree at FSW, transferred that over to FGCU, and got my bachelor's at FGCU.
So you've seen a lot change down here for sure.
Oh yeah.
Some good, some bad, but it's changed. So
as I make my rounds around town, I'm like, man, another lot torn down, another apartment complex. I'm like, the roads show, definitely.
Exactly, absolutely. So when you do get a free minute, because I know your time is probably very limited, but when you get a free minute, what do you enjoy doing outside of work?
I love to play golf. Also have a 4-stroke dirt bike, so. I love to ride my dirt bike out in the woods in Golden Gate Estates or, East Bonita, really anything outdoors. My wife and 2 kids and I love to be out in nature. So whether it's, running out in the backyard and getting in the woods and getting dirty and the kids looking for, bugs and lizards and stuff, whatever it means being outdoors, we just enjoy being outside.
Absolutely. That's why we live down here. We love being outside.
Yep.
So is there one thing that you wish our listeners knew about Elevate Social Lounge that maybe they're not that familiar with?
I would say the one thing about Elevate Social Lounge is just it's welcome to everyone. There's no clique or type of person that you have to be. We welcome everyone here. I like to say all walks of life. So if there's anyone out there that is kind of looking for their people or looking for something new or not really sure where to go to network or socialize, Kava Bar is that safe place where you can walk in and sit down and strike up a conversation with really anybody in the room. And there's no judgment. There's no, no stress, no fear. It's a safe place. So it's one thing that we feel really good about is, anybody that walks in the door, we treat everyone with respect and kindness, and it goes a long way. So if anyone's out there needs their people, come on in. We'd love to have you.
It sounds like a unique place. I'm going to have to come and check it out. How would our listeners go about contacting you if they wanted to learn more?
Yeah, you can look us up on Google, Elevate Social Lounge, and Kava Bar, Estero. Our phone number and website's on Google. We're located in University Village, 3 doors down from Tacos and Tequila, 10952 Eagle Village Drive. We're Suite 460. We're right here in between, Alico Road and Corkscrew, right off of Ben Hill.
Very nice. Any last words for our listeners?
Happy holidays. I appreciate you, Jim, for having me on here, and looking forward to having you come in and try some drinks.
Hey, it's been a pleasure getting to know you. Thank you for being such a good neighbor, and I'm definitely going to come in and see you soon.
Awesome. Happy holidays.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpestero.com. That's gnpestero.com. Or call 239-296-2621.